Ryan. I'm with Mike and Jesse from Wintec today. So Jesse, what does this machine do?
Basically, it just welds this paste or metal onto the other to repair like nicks or dings or metal.
Build edges up.
So Mike, how often do you use this machine? Quite often?
We use it maybe 3-4 times a day.
3-4 times a day?
Almost every day.
Almost every day. And what does this
Continuous welding, which is one solid, not just without stopping. Right here's the only adjustment for smaller.
The power, you adjust it from 0 to 100, depending on what size of steel that you're welding on. If it's a thicker piece of steel, you increase your power setting. If it's a small edge, you would use the low power setting. Well, he's going to go around the edge of this right here, and it probably would take him maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
10 or 15 minutes?
Yeah.
So, not too bad.
Not too bad.
And
Become damaged in the first place?
Usually wear, or maybe a piece of flash, or there's many different things that could roll an edge. Usually it's just the die either closing up on a piece of flash, or maybe an ejector pin or something stuck.
so being able to repair parts like this will definitely save you guys money.
Definitely, so it saved us money already. We can actually take this out to the machine and weld the die in the machine.
Oh, really? Now,
What's different about this than just a standard welding machine?
This is quicker. It's like a lifesaver out in the press. We can take this out to the press and weld on the dies in the machine. It saves a lot of time.
so how's continuous welding different from regular spot welding?
The spot welding we would use like on a liner pipe. Say we had to shim up a plate. We put the shim on the back of the plate and use a spot weld to actually spot weld the shim to the plate. There's different features that you can use for different jobs.
So this is not just a continuous welding. You can actually go back to manual if you have to.
If you have to, yeah.
So it has two functions, pretty much.
2 functions, yes.
Oh, so it has a continuous weld and a spot weld.
Right.
So you'd use a continuous weld if the damage was longer on the part, or?
Right, if you had a long party line edge that you needed to build the weld up, you would use a continuous weld with the foot pedal. So you don't, on the spot weld, you have to hit the foot pedal. On the continuous weld, you just hold the foot pedal in and you roll your handle around the edge. Like if I had to weld that whole edge, I would just roll it with the foot pedal on.
So it's like, it's both.
Before you got this machine, how were you repairing the molds, or were you even repairing them at all?
Yes, we were repairing them, but we would have to TIG weld the edges.
TIG weld?
TIG weld, yes.
I'm not familiar with that, TIG welding.
It's a gas welding. It puts a lot more heat into the cavity blocks, where you with this here, it doesn't put as much heat into it, so it doesn't take the temper out of the steel.
Sounds like you mentioned tanks. Does that mean I have to haul the tanks around with me?
Yes, you would.
So you can't really, it's kind of difficult to haul the tanks out to the machines then.
Right.
This one's a lot more portable, it looks like.
A lot more. Saves time.
On the back you see a fan. That's to cool the electrode tips. And this is the air filter. You can stick your air right up in the front, and it circulates through the filter to remove moisture from the air, and it goes back to this electrode tip to cool the.
I see it has a power cord already affixed to the machine. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I see there's a bit of a storage device on top. Can you show that to me?
Yes, you can open the lid and you can stick everything in.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
So you can put the cables, the hoses, and everything right in that storage compartment there, eh?
Yes, you can put the cables, the pedals, and everything. He's gonna show you different type of welding. What is this, Jesse?
That's this H13 wire welding.
Did the wire come with the kit?
Yes, it did.
What?
Blending the wire into the steel to the edge.
Looks like it hardens pretty quickly there.
Yes, it does. Plus, there's no heat.
No
It
heat.
actually, you touch the steel right almost immediately after it's welded. And that's what's different between this and a TIG welder.
With a TIG welder, you couldn't touch it right now, eh?
Right. It puts too much heat into the steel. Plus, you lose your temper and your hardness.